Hi guys, welcome. Time to preview our midweek race meeting at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Wednesday the 16th of April. This of course the second time in just 3 days that we are racing here in the mother city. The weather has been a little bit strange of late. Then the sun's out, then the wind's blowing, then it's overcast, then we get a few drizzles. So we have had a bit of rain over the last couple of days. Underfoot conditions were soft, and I do think that we can expect soft underfoot conditions again on Wednesday. So those exotic needs to be played with a bit of cover. 10 races on the card. First race off 11:55. And if you are going to be taking a Hollywoodbet Punted Challenge entry, you need to have your selections on 5 minutes before the advertised starting time. Take the bet slip. Monday past I saw that jackpot was over 2 million rand. That for a free entry. And if you're the one person to correctly pick all the winners on the program, you've played the bet slip. That's the kind of life-changing jackpot that will be coming your way. Good luck. Let's see if we can also help you find a few winners on the program. First race, maiden juvenile plate fillies, 13 runners will line up at the 1,000 meter mark. I would suggest just double check all the card changes before this meeting. We had quite a few scratchings on Monday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, and once you've checked those scratchings, that's when you make your informed decision. But as far as the first race is concerned, I think we have a horse that certainly will be used as an anchor in doubles, trebles and all to comes, and that's number 2, What a Star. Lots of first-timers that will be up against number 2, What a Star. I think put a line through that last run. He was up against some smart individuals. That was at feature race level. That race was won by Military Command. He's now back in maiden company. Had very good form prior to that run. Alder de Meyer's back on board, coupled with the fact that this horse has got blinkers fitted for the first time. To me, a no-brainer. 2, What a Start to win the opener. Ahead of 3, Love Her Madly. Third, 1, Inside Voice. And fourth, number 6, She's My World. 2, 3, 1, 6 are the numbers that I'm going with in the opener. We move on to race 2, which is the first leg of the bipot. You need to be on by 12:30. If you are going to be playing a bipot, we've got some big fields coming our way during the course of the afternoon, and the exotics can pay handsomely. So we're definitely going to have to play with a bit of cover. The third race, quite a few horses are coming back from a break. The horse that I like is the horse that's just had 1-1 under the belt, and that's number 9, Day In, Day Out. This horse ran behind Military Command, was 4th on debut. Military Command has subsequently won a feature race, as you heard me refer to, in race number 1. Now, despite being green, this horse was staying on at the business end of affairs. With that run under the belt, I do think would have brought that horse on very nicely. Any amount of natural progress can be expected. We'll love the step up to 1,200, and I think Sean Vaughan Marshall, they'll unsettle in the number 1 box after the running of race 2. I'm going 9, Day In, Day Out to win it, ahead of 12, Ocean Sky, 13, Klein Karua, and 4th, number 7, Boundless Love. 9, 12, 13, 7, the numbers, race 2. By 13:05, you need to be on with your place accumulators. Race 3 on the program is a Class 5 benchmark 66. Big field of 17 will face the starter for the opening leg of the place accumulator. Now, here are a couple of them that are renewing rivalry. For example, True Horizon renews rivalry with 13, Tambourine Man. And True Horizon is 2 kilos better off at the weights for a 1.1 length beating. That should bring him closer to Tambourine Man. Sundays, number 15 and 9, Montplaisir, they also renew rivalry. Sundays, kilo better off, and that was for a 0.4 length beating. So that should bring Sundays into the equation ahead of number 9, Montplaisir. I like Tambourine Man, no doubt about it. This horse to me has been a model of consistency. Solid recent form. And I remember going for it last time out when it found betting support and it won. Grant van Niekerk rides for Adam Marcus. Showed lots of toe last time out when winning. And it remains in Class 5 company. So I think the hat-trick is definitely on the cards. So I'm going 13, Tambourine Man, ahead of 15, Sundays. 11, Mighty Mac, I'm throwing in for 3rd. And 4th, number 7, True Horizon. 4th race is the first leg of the Pick 6. It is a fillies benchmark 80. A full field of 20 runners will line up for the opening leg of the Pick 6, and a case can be made for a few of them in this race. For example, Number 4, Captain's Destiny. If you look at the form, model of consistency, was in front from the word go last time out and just got caught late. The horse that finished just behind Captain's Destiny in third place was a horse called Street Outlaw, who subsequently come out and won to give that form line a boost. So that's definitely one for the shortlist for Captain's Destiny. There's Pink Pigeon. Now this horse has got solid recent form, but is coming back from a bit of a break, and I see has subsequently changed stables. That left me with one of two to decide on. Number 11, Tanneron, or number 14, Miraculous. Tanneron, 3 very good last runs, back up the straight, getting closer with each start, an obvious inclusion in this race, but I had to nail my colours to the mast, and I'm going with 14, Miraculous, as my first choice selection, purely because Miraculous runs for Louis Courtois. This horse is ultra consistent, comes back in trip, won over 1,000 metres already when it won its maiden, so ideally course and distance suited, and I do think that we can expect another big run from 14, Miraculous. So that's the first choice, ahead of 11, Tanneron. For third, I'm going for Captain's Destiny, and fourth, number 8, Pink Pigeon. 14, 11, 4 and 8. The numbers race number 4. First leg of the first jackpot is race 5. 14.20 is when the fifth race jumps. Here we have a scratching. You can take out number 12, English Mistress. So the field is down to 15 runners who will contest race number 5 on the card. And again, it's one of those races where you can make a case for quite a few of them. 15, Beach Queen. This horse is bred in the purple. Much improved performance last time out. There's 11, I'm the Buzz, Andrew Fortune's ride. Good last run. There's 10, Hay Fever. This horse also, second run after race, should strip much fitter. There's Trey Chic, Corne Offer, who rides for Pit Buerta. This horse always there or thereabout. I like the look of number 2, Lady Lookalike. I'm hoping that the Brett and James Crawford training partnership can have a quick double with Louis Courtois. I tipped them in the race prior to this. I'm going to go with them again with Lady Lookalike. This horse is always there or thereabout. And if you look at the form, took on a lot stronger in its last couple of starts and has been finishing just sort of on the periphery in fourth place in its last few starts. What I do find quite interesting is that this horse's merit rating has come tumbling down a few runs back. This horse was a 79. It dropped to a 78, then down to a 76, 72, and it's now down to a 69. So this horse is running off quite a competitive mark, and I do think we'll get a good run for our money with number 2, Lady Lookalike, as my first choice to win it, ahead of 6, Trey Chic. For third, I'm going with 15, Beach Queen, and fourth, number 10, Hay Fever. 2, 6, 15, 10. Those are the numbers I'm going with in race number 5. That takes us on to race number 6 on the card. Here we have 2 scratchings. Number 4, Major Master, 9, Future Turn, both of which I had initially included in my selection. So it was back to the drawing boards. We're now down to just 8 runners in this B Stakes race to be run over 1,500 meters. And I thought, am I going to go for Big Unit or am I going to go for World of Pleasure? I'm actually going to side with World of Pleasure purely because of the fact that this horse loves to show good early toe. Last time out, set the pace and got caught late. So I'm expecting, despite the fact that it is drawn widest of all, to jump, go forward, cross and lead, and then play come and catch me if you can tactics in the run to the line. So 10, World of Pleasure, my selection to win it, ahead of 2, Big Unit, 6, Mauritius Kestrel, 7, Inamorari. 10, 2, 6, 7, the numbers race 6. 7th race on the programme, I make a complete boat race between number 1, Enchanting Choice, and number 3, Pentalina. Race 7 on the card is, of course, a Class 4 fillies, benchmark 80. Another big field of 15 to line up at the 1,600 metre mark. And as far as those two are concerned, I'm siding with number 3, Pentalina, as my first choice selection. That was 2 very good last runs. This all should have finished a lot closer last time out, but for the bump it took at a crucial stage in the race, coupled with the fact that Pentalina is now having her 3rd run after her rest. so she should be cherry ripe to run an absolute cracker. I'm going with her to win it, ahead of 1 Enchanting Choice, Dean Kannemeyer, Craig Zaki, always about the action. You cannot ignore them, that to me the biggest danger. For third, I'm throwing in number 6, Pocket Dial, and fourth, I'm going with number 9, Golden Angel. 3, 1, 6, 9, the numbers, race number 7. Eighth race on the card, D Stakes, to be won over 1,600 metres. Here we have a scratching. Number 12, Gripen, takes no part. We're down to 16 runners, and I can tell you this much. None of these horses, if you look at their form, will be going to Hollywood. I had to nail my colours to the mast, and I think that number 2, Beer with the Boys, can make a lightweight of the 64 kilos. Muzieni rides for Justin Snaith. He's been riding exceptionally well for the Snaith yard of late. This horse has got solid post-maiden form. I particularly like that last run when it finished second. Loves to go up handy, will be staying on at the business end of affairs, and drops in class. So to me, Beer with the Boys should give us a good run for our money. Ahead of number 16, All About Ronnie, who, just looking at it, is a kilo and a half better off at the weights. Can't see this horse reversing the form, so All About Ronnie gets second. For third, I'm going with 1 Mahandis, and fourth, number 13, We Have a Situation. 2, 16, 1, 13, the numbers, race number 8. That takes us on to race number 9 on the programme, and as I said, I do think with these big fields we got, 14 of them, to finish off the pick 6 on Wednesday afternoon, it's a tough end to the pick 6, and I had to nail my colours to the mast. I thought, am I going to go with Heel and Soul, who you can make a case for? Hoodia is always there. Andre Null stable in good form of late. But I'm going to side with number 12, Touchdown. Now, despite the fact that this horse always tend to come back, and there's always a report about a respiratory noise by number 12, Touchdown, he's been a model of consistency. He seems to be getting closer with each and every start, particularly that last start where it said again, respiratory noise, but finish ahead back in second. I do think that Touchdown will give us a good run for our money. Drawn 12, so that's the only thing that is a bit of a concern, is the deep draw, but I do think that Touchdown, to me, will be the horse that will be right there when they hit the line, and I'm going with that one to beat number 5, Hoodia, who I think is the biggest danger. For third, number 1, Heel and Soul, and fourth, number 6, Unicorn Alert. 12, 5, 1 and 6, the numbers in race number 9. That takes us on to the final event on the programme, race number 10, and this is a D Stakes, where 13 runners will line up at the 1,000 metre mark. Now, there are a couple of them that are renewing rivalry. Number 7, Gravity, number 12, Over the Atlantic, and number 3, Electric Fields are all renewing rivalry. Now, there are a few weight adjustments. Gravity, number 7, is a kilo and a half better off at the weights for a 1.5 length beating. That's not enough for me, for that one to turn the tables. Number 12, Over the Atlantic, kilo and a half better off for a 0.5 length beating. That theoretically should be enough to turn the tables. This horse carries 52 kilograms, but I keep coming back to number 3, Electric Fields. And you know, when you get a feel about a horse, you got to go with it. So I'm going with number 3, Electric Fields, as the horse in the last race. This horse, to me, has got solid recent form. Pumium Jokwa knows her well. She won that last start over 1,000 metres. She takes on similar company that she beat last time out. So, 3 Electric Fields to win the last, ahead of number 12, Over the Atlantic. For third, I'm tossing in 6, Golden Ideal. Fourth, 7, Gravity. 3, 12, 6, 7, the numbers, race 10. That takes care of our preview for Wednesday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. Trust you'll find the winners, cash those tickets, build the kitty for the Easter weekend. Till next time, from me, Rouvaun. Take care. Cheers for now.